Pisces, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy birthday. We're in Pisces season. I hope you're having a fabulous birthday season. I hope you're feeling loved and celebrated and appreciated. There's definitely a lot that has been going on. The water element has been heightened, pretty much depleting every other element. So we're just feeling a lot of emotions. There's a lot going on mentally, emotionally, physically, things that we kind of have to contend with, things that like maybe we weren't really wanting to address or kind of had swept under the rug. Venus is also in retrograde right now, so it's highlighting disconnects in relationships, places where we have to readdress problems, issues, etc. that have maybe been left on the back burner, right? Or we're pretending don't exist, and now they're rearing their beautiful faces. So it's kind of a lot. I'm hoping, usually when the sun is in your sign, it's easier to navigate the extremes because you're used to it. You're used to all the feels, right? But at the same time, it doesn't make it easier per se. So I do hope that things are going well. I do hope that you're having a great celebratory time, that it's not all clouded with a bunch of the feels. So that's why I like to start these readings off with an energy cleansing, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come into this reading with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, Pisces. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, what's specifically going on for you, I would be happy to help and support in any way. Or if you're just looking for more of a rebalancing of energy, realignment, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're in alignment with self, when we're listening to what we want, what we need, and honoring those things, that's when we're actually making choices and decisions that bring us happiness and fulfillment, that aren't short-lived or instant gratification or believing in, a fantasy that really doesn't exist. And we're kind of being forced to sift through what that is, especially with Neptune in Pisces. So if you want to, sorry, I got it off on a little bit of a tangent, but if you're interested in connecting, definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, so Pisces, let's get into it. I'm just gonna blow. Sorry, I got a little itchy in my eye. Okay. Yeah, you feel like there's a lot on your mind lately. Like, I feel like you're trying to figure someone or something out, trying to figure out whether it's like, it's what it says it is. Maybe you're seeing, I'm hearing like a different side to something. This sloth card has been coming out so much lately, because there's this value of like making sure that we're feeling good and comfortable and solid in our life. It's not like talking about comfort in the way of apathy, where like we're too comfortable and we're not doing anything. But I'm hearing this as this value of really recognizing who and what makes you feel safe and supported and strong and sturdy, right? And I feel like something feels amiss for some reason. It feels like you can't really gauge someone or something. And part of this is because maybe you just have a lot going on right now. Spring is upon us. The weather is starting to get warmer. Well, in the northern hemisphere, I should say, and so it's giving a little bit more pep in the step. We always kind of see the energy start to enliven and amplify around this time. We're about to move into Aries season. And like I was saying, well, maybe I didn't say to you guys, but Pisces is the end of the zodiac cycle, and we're moving into Aries, and Aries is all about self. So I feel like Pisces is really this value of being able to see what are those things that make us feel comfortable, the people, the situations, what are making us feel supported, and then also recognizing what is not, making adjustments accordingly, so that when we're moving into Aries season, we're allowed to empower ourselves in a new way. And why I'm saying this is because there is transformation in your overarching energy. The question is, have those minutes, months, or years that have passed been as fulfilling and rewarding as you would have liked? If not, break free and transform. 100% what I was just saying, confirmed. I didn't even read it, I promise. No, it's true though. So I think that you're finding a little bit more peace, 100% peace and harmony in your life. Like understanding like what is worth your time and your energy, what is worth actually contending with, and what is not. And like I was saying, it feels like someone or something is like you're just not certain about. I do think this is going to be coming to head. I do feel like you're going to, so we got double confirmation on this Halitrice Massey, which is all about finding like crystal clear. Okay, so having clarity on what our path is, on what our vision is, having clarity on people, situations around us and how they're operating, and if that does actually serve us or not. But like I said, it does look like things are going to be exposed, is what I'm hearing, right? I feel like maybe this is someone that you kind of had up on a pedestal for quite some time, and things are shifting a little bit. Like I feel like either well, let's get into this a little bit, because I'm picking up a lot of different energies, and I feel like that's, again, where that confusion is coming into play. Like, is this something that, like, someone who's actually trying to intentionally manipulate you? You're looking at it to the best of your ability from a diplomatic perspective, right? But I almost feel like that's to your detriment. I don't know. Take it if it resonates, if it fits. I'm hearing it's like emotions are indicators, right? So if someone is provoking, even if it is someone that we kind of have up on this pedestal, maybe they can do no wrong, etc. It can definitely cloud vision, right? It can definitely kind of put some shadow on what is actually happening, or what maybe needs to be exposed that is hidden behind the surface. Again, this is someone that you have longevity with, long-term connection, which can sometimes be the harder things to pinpoint, the harder relationships to see things, right? Because we create patterns, dynamics that are comfortable, etc. And that's kind of been how they've operated. I feel like you get penalized for things. You're in a good spot with this person's situation now. You're in a good spot is what I'm seeing. But there still is this need for change is what I'm hearing. Because I feel like it might be a little bit of a lip service right now. No shade. Well, there's that. I was gonna say no shade, but then the Seven of Swords pops up in their energy. And this is just like someone who's not being honest. And I'm not saying that in a fear-mongering way. This could just even be them not being honest about what they actually think or how they actually feel or, whatever. But you're doing the best that you can to show them that you care, to show them that you are committed. I don't feel like they're necessarily receiving it, though. It doesn't look that way. I don't think that they're necessarily seeing it that way. And you're like, I feel like you're almost like fighting with two versions of yourself, or maybe how you see it, two versions of yourself, where this person's situation has in the past. Maybe it's not even presently happening right now, because again, it feels like things are calm right now. I don't feel like this week there's going to be a lot of fighting or negativity. It looks like, even if it is just like superficial, like, yeah, kind of like smiling and nodding, but not really liking that person or whatever, or like really struggling to kind of get along, be on the same page with someone, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think in some ways it actually kind of saves some of the headache on your end, because this looks like, they can only hide for so long before it starts seeping through the cracks, right? And that's kind of where you're headed anyway, is this exposure. The blue glaucus consumes its host and stores the venom for protection. Ooh. From this, we can learn a lesson or two. Life is exceedingly complicated, but we can thrive despite the odds. Expose your weaknesses and transform them into your greatest strength. So this is kind of what this is happening in this dynamic, where it's like, places where you've given them too much of a hall pass, where you've put them up on this pedestal, really, buying into like whatever they're selling. And again, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I just think that sometimes that really kind of clouds our judgment. And there are some dynamics that are happening in this situation that are really calling you to be more strong, more confident in yourself, and believe in yourself, right? And know that if you end up being rejected, it's just a redirection, and I'm not trying to foreshadow that. This is someone who cares a lot about you. This is someone who, I don't think it's like they're just going to leave it hanging, drop of the hat, that type of vibe. I don't necessarily get that, but I do feel like this person is hiding maybe more than like what they want to relay, what they want to divulge to you. Most people don't tell us if they're doing that, right? That's the point of hiding. Deborah. No, but I get this vibe of just like, it does feel like someone who probably is going through some growth lessons within themselves, maybe is just a little bit immature, maybe just needs a little bit more life experience to understand like how things work and how things operate. Because as much as it feels to me like the duality within yourself that you're feeling this tension around is like either something this person has created, or it's, I don't know, like I feel like not blaming. Obviously, we're all responsible for our own actions, what we say, what we do, etc. But I feel like a lot of this is kind of because of some of this immaturity, and it's pushing your buttons in ways that have made it uninteresting, you know, maybe even wanting to give up at some times, at some point, because you don't really feel like you're being valued, especially if someone's just telling you what you want to hear. I think things are going to be a little bit more balanced though moving forward is what I'm hearing, or you're going into a season of a little bit more balance. And some of this is just kind of like, you know, weeding out the rest of the BS, weeding out the rest of the mess that really is kind of clouding some of your vision moving forward. And like I said, there are changes that need to be made, whether this is you kind of calling a spade, not being afraid to kind of, you know, you don't have to be mean and rude, but like not being afraid to, excuse me, sorry about that. Okay. Not being afraid to kind of look at other options, look at other opportunities. Sometimes we just need to expand our horizons. We need to kind of just move through some difficult times, find inventive, creative approaches to our solutions. And then we actually get to the goodness, you know? And there are good things that are happening for you right now. And I feel like that's what you're thankful for. That's what you keep focusing on, which is beautiful, Pisces. And it's putting you in this place where you're learning to kind of like hone your power in a very powerful way, not to be redundant, but it's awareness, right? It's like actually understanding this is how I empower myself. This is how I empower the situation to get it to move in a direction that is like, you know, that's abundant for everybody, right? And even if they're dragging their heels a little bit, eventually they're going to follow suit, just so you know. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Pisces. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you bring to the channel. Thank you so much. Know that I'm sending it back your way.